Hi everyone. Every week, Sunday or Monday, Sunday night or Monday morning, I will email you one of these little video clips explaining to you what's expected for the week ahead and giving you dates and instructions and that kind of thing. So for this first week, I'm going to go ahead and go to our class page on Moodle. Now on your syllabus, gotta find our class first. Okay, so on your syllabus, it's got for this first week, the enrollment verification quiz is due on May 22nd. And okay, so first thing you want to do is read the welcome message. But after you read the welcome message, under that you see the enrollment verification quiz, and you see that it's due on May the 22nd. The enrollment verification quiz for our class is actually the Chapter 1 quiz. So you're going to need to access your OpenStax textbook, whether you have a hard copy or if you want to access it online. But you're going to need to access your OpenStax textbook, Biology, the second edition, to get the information to complete the quiz. So you do have to finish that quiz by May the 22nd, or you will be dropped from the class. And you do have to score at least an 80% on that quiz. So if you go next to the course information page, what's on this page is our class syllabus. And then there is a video clip on how to access your OpenStax textbook and another video clip on how to order your eScience lab kit. So I would go ahead and watch these immediately after this one. I am going to pull up your syllabus and just very quickly go through that with you. The parts that you can read on your own, that's what I'll just allow you to do that, but I will emphasize a few things. So let's see. I think I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this is just the syllabus for Bio 111 online. There's a course description that you can read about what we'll be studying in Bio 111. My contact information is here. So my name is Leanne Daughtry. I'm sorry if I didn't introduce myself. My office is in G Building, room 117, so G117. That's on the first floor. My office hours are scheduled Mondays and Tuesdays from 11 to 12, but I'm going to be I'm only teaching online courses this summer, so I should be in my office most of the time on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for the majority of the day. I will not be on campus on Thursdays or Fridays, but you can still call me or email me. The prerequisite for this class, it's a local prerequisite. That means we just require it here at Wilson Community College, but you must either have taken and passed DRE 098 or you have to place out of it. The required materials are either the online or the hard copy version of Biology, the second edition by OpenStax. And you can just go to openstax.org, click on subject, and then click on science, and then choose Biology, the second edition. And you also must order a lab kit from eScience. The code that you'll need is KIT1311. You may purchase this lab kit from our campus bookstore, or you may order it online. There's some information about your college email account, and it does say somewhere that you should check your email daily, especially with an online class. There's some information about emergency notifications. When the college is closed, that doesn't really affect online students as much, but sometimes it does, because you may want to come out here to take like a proctored exam or you may want to come out and to see me. So then there's the learning objectives that you can read through. This is a 100% online course. You'll get a new lesson each week. In fact, sometimes I might post 2 weeks at a time. We're not really supposed to do that, but I find that allows students to plan a little bit better. Your enrollment verification, of course, there's just a statement telling you that you have to do it or you'll be dropped. You have to do it by the census date, which is for us May the 22nd. Your grading, your quizzes will count as 15%. These quizzes will be on Moodle. Your first quiz, Chapter 1 quiz, is actually the enrollment verification quiz, but after that, they're just called Chapter 2 quiz, Chapter 3 quiz, and so on. Your lab reports will be primarily worksheets that are completed when you do your activities through eScience, but there are a few virtual labs you'll do online, and you'll do those through Moodle, and there'll be instructions on how to do those. The lab reports will be tables and answering questions. So not formal lab reports, mostly just worksheets and filling in data, charts, and answering questions. Your exams will count 60%. There are going to be 5 total exams, and they all average together for 60%. The first 4 exams are chapter exams, and then the final exam. So that's your 5th exam. There's some more sections that I would encourage you to read. The late work makeup policy is important. Any assignment that is turned in after the due date will have 10 points deducted for each day late. But the main reason for turning assignments in on time is that when you don't, you're counted absent. So every assignment will count for attendance and for grading. So it's very important that you get your assignments turned in on time. If you for every assignment, it will count as 2 hours of instruction. So if you were to miss 14 hours of instruction, that would be 7 assignments that you didn't turn in on time. You would be okay. But if you went over that and you missed 8 assignments that were turned in late or not turned in at all by the due date, you would be dropped from the course. So that's important. If you would like to drop the course without receiving a failing grade, you would drop by June 27th. That's our last day to drop. So June 27th, 2019. Make sure you talk to me before dropping the course, or try to talk to me before dropping the course. Sometimes you think you need to drop, but you don't. So just try to communicate with me. There's an academic dishonesty policy for us. For our lab reports, I will use SafeAssign, which is an app that checks for plagiarism. And so there are going to be some things that are automatically plagiarized on those lab reports, because the questions are going to be the same for every student, of course, but your answers should not be identical, because they shouldn't be identical to any answers you may find online, and they should not be identical with anyone in the class. These are mostly short answer, essay type questions, so you wouldn't word things exactly identical to someone else. Maybe close, but not the exact same. So if you are found plagiarizing or cheating on a lab report, you'll receive a grade of 0. And then if you're found cheating on an exam, you'll receive a grade of 0. The proctoring center would be responsible for letting me know if they thought that you cheated. And then we would go from there. There's a code of conduct, disability services. Make sure that you contact Jessie Sykes. This is her phone number, her office, and her email if you have a documented disability, because she will have to let me know what modifications that you get before I can give you any modifications. Instructions on filing a grievance. There's the Title IX statement and Title IX and pregnancy statement. Title IX is just, it's a federal, it's just a, I don't know how you call it, like it's a law. I guess you just call it a law. So Title IX is just a law. It's a federal law that prevents discrimination based on sex, gender, based on sexual orientation and that kind of thing. So pregnancy is included so that pregnant students are not discriminated against. So if you feel that you've been discriminated against on the basis of sex, then, and that includes anything from pregnancy to sexual harassment and rape, you need to contact, there are two, sorry to be scrolling all through this so fast. There are two contacts. There's Kathy Williamson and Joshua Harris that you can contact about that. Then you can read through the inclement weather policy, and then here's the course schedule. So what I do, I have a copy of this on my bulletin board that's right beside my desk. So I would suggest you do the same thing in some way, that you have a copy, that print this syllabus out and have a copy with you, or just somehow keep up with these due dates yourself. Although I will remind you of the due dates ahead of time, it's still, if you notice, if you just go chapter to chapter, you're going to mess up. Because if you notice in week 2, you have 2 chapters to do. And there's no way in the world that we could do biology in a summer if we didn't sometimes do 2 chapters in 1 week. So sometimes you only see 1 chapter, like week 1 and week 4 and week 5. But there are other times that you see 2 chapters in that week. So if you just went each week and clicked on the next chapter, you're going to get behind very fast. The first week is a little bit slack, and I did extend the due date on Lab 00 because it's the Getting Started lab, and the important thing that you have to do with that lab is you have a packing list, and you have to go down your packing list and check off that you received every material, every bit of the materials in your lab kit that you need to do all of your labs. So getting started, you can't do without your lab kit. However, you can do this one, Lab 1, Introduction to Science. You can do that without your lab kit. So I had that due on May the 23rd. Okay, and then you can see for week 2, the due dates are the Chapter 2 quiz is June the 3rd. The Chapter 3 quiz is June the 4th. The Lab 02, Lab Safety, is June the 5th. And Lab 05, the Chemistry of Life, is June the 6th. So your very first exam is on June the 13th. It is a proctored exam. Now, that means it's due by June the 13th, but every exam, and this is probably one of the most important things I'll say in this video, every exam that's proctored is due from the beginning of that week to the due date. So this proctored exam you can do anywhere from June the 10th to June the 13th. And then when you go down to exam 2, you can do that from June the 24th to June the 27th. And exam 3, July 8th through July 10th. So I think that's probably enough information for now.